that she doesn't know what is up and down because she keeps talking about accountability, and she doesn't understand that criminal charges are accountability. Pleading guilty is taking accountability. That is what the gentleman has done. The only reason we are here is because she wants more time on camera. It is to make sure there is an ability to send a fundraiser asking for money.
What's up, everybody? It's your Huckleberry here, back with another video. And man, we're going to just stay on Ilhan Omar. You know I like talking about her because she's so crazy and we need to get the word out. So as you can see, the merch store is up and popping. I got my own Ilhan Omar shirt in the shop, but amongst that, there are tons of other cool designs, hoodies, beanies, hats, women's apparel, all kinds of stuff in the shop. So go check it out. I would appreciate it. Just click through. Just entertain yourself with the shop. That's all I'm asking. You don't have to get anything. It'd be a daisy if you do. Anyway, guys, so we're on a Mr. L. Boyd review again. I'm starting to like this guy a little bit. I found him with you guys a few weeks ago, and he seems like a pretty legit dude. I like his channel. I like watching his videos. And he likes to review a lot of the same things I like to review, so therefore I like to review his reviews of these videos. Anyway, we're going to be going into Ilhan again. And what I caught in her first opening statement there was accountability, and I started thinking the grand hypocrisy of that in accountability. And man, I hope she's held accountable for all her misdoings, from the fraud and the falsifying documents to just become a citizen. That would be great. Let's see if she pleads guilty. But anyway, guys, let's get in to see what Mr. Boyd has to say.
It sounds like Ilhan Omar is about to control this whole moment, and then McLean brings up the one thing that keeps following her.
Gentlelady from Michigan is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And to use that logic, well, then all those people should have just said sorry and we'd move on, right? But no, we don't do that. And let me tell you, I take a little bit of offense to what the hell is wrong with me. I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with me. I took an oath to defend the Constitution, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to hold the Constitution, and it's very simple. We really shouldn't even have this debate. If you break the law and you follow due process, there are consequences to your actions.
Absolutely.
Even if you say sorry. So we can try all of the diversion tactics that we would like. It doesn't change the fact that someone broke the law and that someone should be held accountable. It is disappointing, Mr. Speaker, that their own party can't hold them accountable, that they have such hypocrisy. So with that, I yield 2 minutes to my friend from New York, Nicole Meliatakis.
Gentlelady is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you.
All right, let's go.
Recognized. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to the gentlelady from the great state of New York, Nicole Meliatakis.
The gentlewoman from New York is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've heard from my colleagues the reasons why the Representative Omar should be removed from this committee, but I feel like all the reasons have not just yet been stated, which is why I rise to add for the record. We've heard about the comments that were made regarding anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli views, but I rise to add to the record that as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've sat there and heard the representative actually spew anti-American rhetoric as well. I've been in that committee room where the representative equates Israel and the United States to Hamas and the Taliban. Absolutely unacceptable for a member of that committee. I've also heard the representative equate that it is the United States' fault that there is turmoil in Venezuela, that is not because of the oppressive socialist and communism that has spread throughout Central and South America and Venezuela at the hands of the Maduro and Hugo Chavez regimes. That is unacceptable. And as a New York representative, to hear the representative belittle, to try to...
I really enjoy hearing a representative from New York talk like this. Because all I know about New York is like Mandami and AOC and all this crazy democratic socialism. And so to hear this person get up on the mic and speak with some sense, being from New York, it's an actual relief because I thought the state was toast.
Diminish the worst terrorist attack on United States soil on September 11, 2001, as some people did something, that is unacceptable as well. And I hold the same standard for this side of the aisle that I do the other, because when another colleague on my side said something about 9/11, I also voted to have her removed from the Education Committee because I thought that was inappropriate. So I'm being consistent here, and I hope my colleagues will do the same to show that this is about consistency and accountability, because we should not have an individual with those views on the committee that is tasked with representing our country and our Congress to foreign nations.
Like, incredibly powerful speech right here. This last one here, oh yeah, listen, I like that. Definitely. If you are in any type of Congress or in any type of position of power and you're just consistently spewing like all types of anti-American type of sentiments, a little weird here, guys. I'm going to be honest here. You do have the right to say things. Okay? You definitely, if you are an American, you have the right to critique our country. Okay, it is what it is here. That's what makes us America. To a certain extent here, be fully aware here. Let's not start disrespecting America to the point where we now look weak to the people outside of America. Just a thought here. And there's nothing wrong with differences of opinions. I love the idea of people having different opinions because I think that's what makes us stronger. It gives us the ability to kind of hear other people's points and things like this. No problem. Based off of the last statements that were made here, though, two things can definitely be true here. I think we can definitely acknowledge what the 1980s did to South America, but also in the same breath, we can also acknowledge that Venezuela and Maduro did a lot of absolute horrible things while he was running Venezuela.
Absolutely.
Okay, we can understand that two things can definitely be true, but generally these are not outweighing each other here. Now, Ilhan Omar specifically referring to the United States of America along with Israel, specifically coming from where she is come from. Okay, that's the sentiment. Right. But now, why would you get into power if you have all these like baked in theories? Because all you're really doing is representing the community.
Right. How did she get in power and why did she get into power? This mentality she's had comes from, her father being part of that dictatorial regime in Somalia 30 years ago. That's just her. I don't understand how she duped the good people of Minnesota. It boggles me.
That you're coming from, and that seems to be the overall running narrative. While they don't want to be in their country, they want to be in ours. Okay, so a little counterproductive, and that always stands out to me as something that's crazy when Ilhan Omar's name basically gets brought up here. It's like you have both feet on two continents in ways that are really not helping anyone here. It's keeping you in power because you get to kind of sell your overall narrative to the people that come from the country that they all ran from by getting to tell your base where I'm going to go ahead and put.
Yeah, you're selling it to a bunch of Karens that don't even understand. And I got some No Karen shirts in the shop, by the way. But you get these people on board and then they vote you in, and it's just it's aggravating. I'm sorry, I'm about to loophole and go down a
Somalia first, right, in front of America, right? I mean, I get what you're doing here. The same thing that Tim Walz basically does in Minnesota here. I'm not going to do anything, say anything to target or even disparage this community because this community has a gigantic voting bloc, and I need to basically maintain them here. Yep. That's exactly what Ilhan Omar is doing, guys. Yeah. Without even thinking about how it actually sounds to common typical Americans in America. You're saying you're going to get into power for the sole purpose of maintaining Somalians before Americans? Because, that's pretty much what she said. Okay? It's troubling, bro. So we seem to always end up in the same point here.
It's super troubling, especially when the Somalians have no, dedication to America. It's just themselves. All the fraud they're bringing in, and they send part of it back, or they just echo chamber their own communities. There's no assimilation or learning or, becoming Americans. They start trying to force their third world religions and policies and attitude on us. It's completely ridiculous. And I've said this in previous videos. Like, she would not even be able to get to the point that she's at right now if we weren't the type of country that we were, a free, democratic kind of state, which she's trying to change. So it goes around in circles. I'm like, she got to this way because of the way we are, but she wants to change us to the way that I guess where she came from, which is a cesspool of a place that she had to flee, and she would have never got to where she is now if it doesn't make any sense, guys.
We have someone who is in power that truthfully does not have America's best interest at heart here, because her goal seems to protect the community of people that she basically comes from. Right. I mean, this isn't helpful. And we've definitely been hearing a lot lately from like J.D. Vance and a lot of mainly the right here, talking about they're going to find something. I'm still waiting for that information here. If this information is true, we'll definitely talk heavily about it, right? About her marrying potentially her brother, then we will see. We will definitely be following that story indefinitely, because I don't know who marries their brother in 2026. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Guys, no, listen, no judgment. 2026 is probably going to be legal in like 3 days. Who knows? Right? But listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day.
It's completely ridiculous. I just went through all that. The last thing I got to say before we cut this video short is exactly what he just alluded to right there. Marrying the sibling. Now, I think Trump, when he was speaking on it about putting Vance in charge, was alluding that she gained her citizenship by marrying her brother, when in fact he gained his citizenship by marrying her. She gained her citizenship by lying about her age, saying she was 17 instead of 18, when her dad got his citizenship, because as a minor she gets loopholed in with him to gain citizenship. So at least that is what the information that I've learned, or that I've come to think is true at this point. So I think Trump's dealing with so much stuff to where the facts kind of just get jumbled in his head a little bit when it's dealing with some idiot like Omar. But whatever the case is, that would mean that even if the marriage to her brother was legal, she's not actually a citizen anyway, because of her lying when her dad got his citizenship. And her dad, like I said, her dad was like some evil dude. It's so crazy. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate you guys dropping by. I appreciate you watching the video, checking out Mr. Boyd. Remember, Ilhan is not on our side. She is not a friend of our country. You good people in Minnesota, you have to stop voting for her. And we will see you in your next video, guys. You're Daisy if you do. Check out the merch shop.